City officials vow that a controversial Detroit landlord will be brought into compliance following a 7 Action News investigation into the condition of his homes.
But tonight we're asking why those same city officials decided to forgive millions owed to taxpayers by that landlord. 7 investigator Ross Jones here now with the very latest. Ross?
Dave, Carolyn, city officials say Michael Kelly has ignored his tax bills and scores of blight ticket violations. But to help bring a new auto plant to Detroit, they forgave what he owed and say they do it again today.
I'm very proud of the work that was done. It had to be done fast, and I'm not sorry for the way it was done.
But it came at a cost. It came at a cost of accountability in terms of back taxes and hundreds of homes with blight violations that was dismissed.
What's the question?
The question tonight is why the city continues to make deals with Michael Kelly, one of Detroit's most controversial property owners.
When was the first problem?
The first day that I moved in.
So this is the biggest leak. Yeah, this is one of the biggest leaks here, yeah.
As a landlord, Michael Kelly has put some Detroiters in homes that are literally falling apart. Through the years, the city has fined him and taken him to court. But this story is about all the deals they've made with him too, and how they're defending them today.
As a speculator, Michael Kelly has been buying land throughout the city for decades, hoping that one day, if he waits long enough, he can cash in. He bet big on the land behind me, and this year, it turned out to be a jackpot.
We're the first auto assembly plant built in the United States in more than a decade.
To bring a new Fiat Chrysler plant to Detroit, the city needed to acquire 200 acres of land quickly, and some of it belonged to Kelly. In exchange for 61 of Kelly's properties, many of which were part of the FCA plan, the city forgave some $800,000 in back taxes, fines, and interest that he owed. But then, a few months later, the city realized they need even more of Kelly's land, and time was running out.
He knew that we wanted the land, and he knew why we wanted it, and he kind of had us over a barrel.
In exchange for less than half an acre of land along St. Jean, the city forgave another $1.3 million in back taxes and more than 800 blight violation tickets, saving Kelly another $250,000. In total, he saw more than $2 million he owed to the city wiped away.
Dismissing tickets and violations for a slum landlord and people continuing to live the way they're living, that's not a good deal for the city.
When they saw our story, members of the Detroit City Council were incensed. They signed off on the deal with Kelly, but said they didn't realize just what they were giving away until they saw it on Channel 7.
Shouldn't they have known that before they agreed to forgive all that?
I really don't agree with the premise of Monday morning quarterbacking this outcome.
Lawrence Garcia is the city's top lawyer. He defends the deals done with Kelly and says the opportunity to bring 5,000 new jobs to Detroit couldn't be passed up.
He didn't get a pass on code violations. Since we struck the deal with him, we've issued a number of new code violations.
He just got $2 million in back taxes and 800 different blight tickets forgiven. How can you say that you're not giving him a pass?
It's the future that's important. People's living conditions today and tomorrow is what we all should care about.
But the city didn't just forgive millions Kelly owed, they also threw in land too. 15 properties, most of them here in the up-and-coming Jefferson-Chalmers neighborhood. In other words, more bargaining chips Kelly could use down the road against the city, who's supposed to hold him accountable.
But how concerned are you that you're giving him more ammunition to use against you down the road?
It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant to think that the deals we have to make today are going to force us into a compromised position tomorrow. But that's the risk we have to run in order to get things done.
And just today, city attorneys met with Michael Kelly and his lawyer about bringing his properties up to code. The city's top lawyer, Lawrence Garcia, called the meeting productive and said he's hopeful that both sides will be able to come to some agreement without having to go to court. Michael Kelly's attorney echoed that sentiment tonight, adding that he's confident they'll be able to bring their properties up to code. You can bet we'll check and see. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Ross, I was going to say just that. I know you'll stay on it and give us an update.
Yeah.